Hello everyone, Minky here with the next part of Zelda Ocarina Time 3 Heart Run. I had to think of the name then. I was just going to tell you about the web anymore, that's weird. I'm always used to just not listening to Navi because I know to turn her out when I know what she's about to say. Which is a trait that seems rare nowadays, but to be completely honest, I'm not trying to be horrible, but honestly, it does seem like such a rare trait. But yeah, you know, like that was odd. But that was odd that she didn't tell you about the web again, even though you'd think she might have, but especially since I've saved and quit since last time. But now it's like I don't know. I've never really looked down there before. It's one of those things that's just like I've just kind of turned out nowadays, if you will. Because I know the game well enough to the point where I don't need to worry about it. It's like this. I can just get on with it, if you will. I mean, obviously I'm showing it off because it's a free heart one. I've got to kind of prove that I'm actually not taking damage or creating or anything. But yeah, it's I don't know what it is. But yeah, here's the slingshot here's the slingshot room. There's not really an awful lot to say because it's the Deku tree. Everyone knows this dungeon pretty much. And there's this little treasure chest up here which obviously doesn't get talked about too much, but I imagine it's a bit more known about these days, thanks to randomizers. I thought I figured I'd show that off, Yeah, here's the slingshot. Yeah, it's that recovery heart chest we just got. That wouldn't. I don't blame people for not really noticing it because they get in here, they think, oh, we've got to go get the slingshot, so let's get it, and then let's get going. They don't think about exploring this room because they've played enough, Which, by the way, chests like that recovery heart up there, as well as this ladder, as weird as it sounds, stuff like that does count towards ASAP runs, specifically 101% runs, where you've got to clean out the game as thoroughly as possible. So, for example, like, there's obviously the regular ones where it's just like, do what you need to be done, if you will. Do what needs to be done, like obviously collect the maps and compasses, collect all the upgrades and all that, everything like that. Oh, I should have waited for that. Stuff like that. But with stuff like the ladder and that recovery heart chest, stuff that doesn't really matter, in the long run. Like, you don't need to. 9 times out of 10, you don't need a recovery heart. You don't need a random recovery heart, but. In the first dungeon, it's there for like newcomers, isn't it? But in a 101% ASAP run, yeah, you would need to pick it up. Simply for this fact of, because it's 101%, if you will. So, there is that to be wary of. Now, what did I want to do? I don't think I wanted to do. There's a golden sculpture in here. Did I want to pick those up? Let me think about that real quick. Because this is obviously a free heart run. I'm not doing 100% or anything, or at least I'm not doing 100% now, right? I say 100%, but you know what I mean. It's more like 99%. But anyway, well, okay. Before I go over that, so here's the torch, right? And here's an unlit torch. How do we get it done? We can't hold Deku sticks because we don't have the Gohma bracelet yet. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just taking the mickey out of someone who really didn't know. He got really confused over something like that. To this day, he doesn't even realise it. It's so sad in a way, especially since he pretty much spat in the intellect of a 6-year-old, if you will, in a 6-year-old's intellect, if you will. That's. That's really kind of sad in a way, I think. Alright, do I even want this? I don't think I do. Do I? because I do need the giant's knife. I do need that for, but actually no, I don't. I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need it now because the thing I'm tackling with the giant's knife and whatnot, that isn't until later. That's like bonus stuff. So I don't know. Why am I wasting sticks? Not sticks. Thingamajigs. Okay, there we go. That's how you do it. Don't waste your slingshot bullets. All right. Now, so yeah, the giant's knife, I don't need that yet. That's for bonus stuff. So I'm not going to collect any sculptures for that matter. I'm going to leave that bare. There is a few things I need to collect. A few specific things, but I'll get over them when we get to them. You know, I think there's only, in fact, I think there's only one thing I need to collect. Actually, now I think about it. Well, one side quest I need to do. And now here, what I'm trying to do is there's a little glitch, if you will, or exploit, where it's just barely the point where you can jump off. It's just barely, you know, close enough to the point of okay, I'm definitely not getting this. I'm getting definitely too far. Or maybe this is genuinely okay. Yeah, it does jump you off. I thought it didn't for a second there. I don't know, but I know there's a glitch that allows you to jump up there real quick, or exploit, or I want to say exploit to be honest. But I'm not going to use that. I'm going to actually go all the way around. Yeah, I'm going to do this proper, if you will. Because I just feel like it's better to just do it proper, if you will. You get, especially given what I want to show off as well. So this is one of two things that at least I want to show off. Because this guy, you do need to, well, you don't need to, but he gives you the code for something later on in the dungeon, which is obviously, not obviously, but it's 231. It's like for a newcomer who doesn't know it or anything, they're gonna need to know it because they don't know it right off the bat. You know, there's no indication otherwise. But as for someone who knows the game well, such as myself, I don't need it. Now, that's the other thing I want to show off. You can just walk through that, it's allowing you to just, you know, skip the switch in the water. Now, here's another thing I want to show off. Another thing that I think is kind of cool, if you will. Another speedrun tactic, if you will, if you were to do this without glitches or anything. Because, like, to be fair, the invincibility frames, that's, you know, technically an exploit, if anything, if you want to. I don't know if people are gonna argue that, but that's completely legit. I would say. I'd say that's completely legit, no questions asked, kind of thing. You don't even need to move the block. You can just jump up anyway. So that's kind of cool. And so yeah, that's three things. No, I took my damage. I took the first damage. Wow. Okay, well that's at least it wasn't the first enemy. But yeah, that's some cool stuff I figured I'd show off. I mean, to be fair, the first damage was the dungeon, not the dungeon, the puzzle, but that was me showing some off. That was intentional. That was the first unintentional damage. This is another thing. Easiest big sculpture ever. So that's a really cool thing, I think. No, it's a thing there. I don't even need to fight. Actually, do I have enough nuts? Okay, I do have enough Deku nuts. I have 4 Deku nuts. Now there is a lava Gohma up top, but I'm going to ignore those, and I'm just going to go through. Alright. Yeah, here we go. Because to be fair, you don't need to fight them, and I'm not trying to do like a fight everyone run, you know, kind of thing. You know, I'm not trying to fight everyone. I just want to get through the game, to be honest. Maybe I'll fight them in the future. Not in the future, but you know, well, I've got Queen Gohma. I don't know. We'll see. It's something, I guess. Maybe I'll do like I'll a fight everyone run where I have to fight everyone kind of thing. But for now, I'm just doing this for the sake of doing it, if you will. You know, get like the idea of doing challenge runs into my mind, if you will. So yeah, that's something, I guess. Wow, 10 minutes though. 10 minutes and we're already at the pretty much at the end boss. Wow, this is going much quicker than expected. Yeah, this is going really quick, to be honest. I thought this was longer. Like, I know, like last time I checked, Lord Jabu Jabu usually takes me about almost 30 minutes. Last I checked. This one's only taking me like 10 minutes or so. 15 minutes tops if you count the boss. Alright, let's go, well, let's see how much of the dungeon we actually finished. Yeah, we basically did everything we can do in the dungeon. So if this was an ASAP run, I could continue it as an ASAP run. I'm not going to, because it's supposed to be a free heart run, but because an ASAP boss run, I should specify, because an ASAP area run would have you do this before going to Lost Woods. An ASAP boss run needs to go get the Deku Stock upgrade before you come to this dungeon. There is one room in this dungeon that you can't access at the moment, which only contains a sculpture. Actually, I've missed the 3 sculptures. That's the only thing otherwise I'm missing, basically. That's the only thing I'm missing is what I'm 1 hit away. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm missing is the 3 sculptures you can get in this dungeon. There's 4 in total. One of them's behind a bombable wall that requires the and it requires the boomerang as well. Yes. Oh, I got damaged. I got damaged as I defeated her. Wow. So that's 2 hits then. 2 hits I've taken. We're gonna count how much damage I take overall? Maybe. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll do that then. Maybe I'll start counting how much damage I take. Ooh, no. Alright, do not collect that. That is not what we want. Alright, well, 13 minutes. Beat that speed. No, I'm kidding. No way the speedrunner's not beating that. Heck, I think the speedrun at the moment is less than 10 minutes. Overall, that is. But anyway, wow, that was really quick. That was much quicker than expected, to be honest. And I'm doing a free heart run. You know, it's weird. It's like I'd expect to be slower, to be honest. And like I've only taken like a full heart of damage so far. That's something, you know. But yeah, it's Gandalf. I think this is one of the cutscenes, right? The ones in the beginning, right? It is in that sacred realm. I remember before, like ages ago, just looking at that sentence for "it is in," and just the fact that he strung together so many just 2-letter words that begin with "I." You know, it was really weird. I remember this as well, this cutscene. Like I remember one time I played through this game, and I didn't understand it at first as a kid. I didn't understand everything that was going on, but I understood that, like, okay, there's a green goddess, a red goddess, and a blue goddess. You know, like they've got the green, red, and blue powers kind of thing, if you will. And there's also the Kakiri's Emerald, Goron's Ruby, and Sora's Sapphire, which are obviously green, red, and blue. And I remember thinking, now we've got the green one, you know. And in my sort of younger mind, if you will, I didn't understand too well, but like I understood it enough. But like the way I understood it back then was like, you know, we've got the green one, as in we've got the green goddess, if you will. And I'm not, if you look at the symbolism, I'm not really wrong, but I'm not right, literally. I'm not literally right, if you will. I'm just right in the sense that, you know, taking on this dungeon, you know, as a new player kind of thing is, you know, take some courage, if you will, kind of thing. That's kind of the symbolism people look at, if you will. Typically, the Deku tree is courage. The Dongo's Cavern is more about battling and whatnot, fighting enemies. So that's more so like power, and Lord Yabu Yabu is more so, puzzles and such. So like it's wisdom, if you will. That kind of idea. That's what people would typically see in this. That's something. We had a Triforce. Nice. Deku places a triangle. Resting places of triangles. It's become the sacred realm. You really got to think about like the timeline and how just everything just kind of melds together, if you will. It's and just how everything just lines up, if you will. It is a little surreal in a way when you think about it, especially when you think about like games like Skyward Sword, for example. That takes place before Ocarina of Time, and so you can kind of see how that sort of evolves into the land of Ocarina of Time's land of Hyrule, if you will. That kind of idea where just things change, if you will. And that's assuming you take the geography kind of literally, if you will, or if you don't like, or like maybe you make like a little bit of a change, if you will, which, that's obviously up to like how you want to interpret it, if you will. Sometimes it is a bit of a case of like, because sometimes like when I theorize, sometimes I have like this corral rule, where I call it a corral rule anyway, where like something isn't necessarily as it seems, if you will, if that makes sense. Like, just because something is in one place in one game, maybe it's just for the sake of argument to place it there for the game, but in a different, but it's actually in a different location, supposedly. Something like that, Which corral, the reason why it's called a corral rule is because that's kind of how I pronounce Call, or the King of Red Lions, so, but that's just theorizing and whatnot. It's neither here nor there, I guess. Yeah, it's that's quick. Yeah, like a tree's god now, pretty quick. Now here's Mido. I just thought I'd give you a jump scare of his face. Now I remember one time as well. It was at least one time, because I didn't want to talk to him, so I saved and quit. And so he just disappears. He just flat out disappears from existence. Well, not existence, but you know what I mean. He just doesn't spawn there anymore. Oh, and he still spawns here if you go down the hallway and back. It's a little odd, but okay. But yeah, I did save and quit one time to get rid of him, but Also, I looked up this. I looked up how to do this, and apparently it's another case of like just successfully jump over the islands. But like I still don't get it, because I tried it a little bit and I couldn't get it to work. So I don't know what's up with that, to be honest. Alright, now we could go to Lost Woods and do nothing, or we could continue on. Okay, we will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you? Or why are you letting me then? Or I don't know, man. Why? I don't know, that's really weird. Another thing I need to point out, but well, not need to. I don't need to, because it's not like this isn't an ASAP run. But like with ASAP runs, this particular scene. So like I have like there's a in ASAP area runs. There's something I call for now I call it the Fairy Ocarina rule, which I know it's a great name and everything, and that should be praised for it. But I call it that because this Fairy Ocarina, we obviously get this in the Lost Woods, but the reason why, but I count it as a Hyrule field item. So you've got to it's something you have to get as a Hyrule Field item rather than a Lost Woods item, if you will. Like, it'll count towards the Hyrule Field. So if you get this, as soon as you get this, that's you saying, okay, let's go to Hyrule Field. That's the next area, kind of thing. That's that's what it is, if you will. Yeah, play, and that's cool how she says like, remember me when you play my ocarina, because it's kind of foreshadowing a little bit as well, if you will. With how when you learn Sadler's Lullaby. Yeah, Hyrule Field. I guess I'll go speak to Zelda. Should I? It's a bit late now to deny it. Alright, let's go talk to Gibora. Who's ironically two of my favourite characters from this game, and I'm not even like joking or anything when I say this or trying to be edgy or anything, but like two of my favourite characters in this game honestly are Gibora and Navi. Like, they feel like genuinely like a part of your adventure and whatnot, and they just like, I mean, I know I usually skip their text, but like that's just because I know how to skip the text, I know how to deal with it, if you will. I know how to get on with it, if you will. But when it's like, but I don't know, they've just become two of my most favourite characters in the game, if you will. Okay, that was a bad angle. Yeah, I'm trying to forwards walk. There we go, it's forwards walking. Now this is a camera exploit. I don't know if I'd actually call it an exploit or not, but basically it's back walking, but you get to see where you're going, which is really nice. Really good for getting you places. And wow, look at that, it's already turning sunset. Wow. Don't know if you need to back walk or not, if you can just roll all the way through, but we're here now in the daytime. Not that it would really matter too much if we got here during the night time, because we can still go get the egg from Malon. But I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna go get the egg, and then I might as well do Zelda in this video as well. Maybe not, because I was thinking like, I am thinking like I want to do 3 or 4. Like, well, I'm thinking maybe I'll try and do 2 episodes today or 3 episodes today. So maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just not turn off. Yeah, here's Kiboro again. I mean, I know some of his text is useless, or kind of pointless, like, oh, the princess is in the castle, but it's like, because that's kind of obvious, but at the same time, it's like, some stuff like, it's like, oh yeah, you're going in the right direction, that's kind of what it is, it's an enforcement of where you're going. But yeah, so it's I don't know, it's not bad. I feel like people just overreact a little bit, if you will, but yeah, maybe that's just me. Yeah, I guess I'll continue till about half an hour in, and then after half an hour or so, I'll start just a second episode, or the second part, I should say. Malon's Malon, Yeah, so just give me an egg, for a cuckoo. You got a weird egg. Even Lynn doesn't know what it is. Alright, onto Hyrule Castle. I don't know what else I can really say at the minute, in all honesty. I remember sometimes, considering that little hole there, that little building right there, was like a secret base kind of thing. It was kind of cool, but I never really stayed there too long. But it's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little hidey hole, I think, if you will. That little room just there. Gotta equip this as well. So don't, because then I know like the text of oh, the egg woke up. I know that typically takes over. You know, it really takes over the screen, and you can't pause. So you know, it's an idea to actually put that on to see before, so you can just talk to Talon. You know, it's already daytime. Wow, second day already. Yeah, that's that's something. That's another thing about, you know, these days that you have, because like I was thinking like maybe do a 3-day challenge of Ocarina of Time, you know, kind of like Majora's Mask, except obviously you literally locked to 3 days, and if you mess up, if you go past those 3 days, then you can't do it, you know, which obviously locks you out of the big Oran sword, because I think that takes literally, I think that takes you to day 4. You know, for you to, you know, need to do it, if you will, but, you know. Alright, now I'm going to do another exploit. This doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, if you will. Like, it doesn't take away, if you will. It doesn't... it does if I do it wrong. I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, obviously, like, I'm not discounting exploits or anything, especially ones that just get you to think places faster, if you will. And that's basically what this is. It's just getting you across faster. Alright, let's get on through the castle courtyard, and I should be able to fit this in and then end the part just at Zelda. So yeah, that should be good. So yeah, stealth section, number 1 of 2, I think. And I can think of 2. I can't think of any more at the minute, but it is what it is. Of course, they give me all greens to collect. Not that I need to, but better not get greedy with it. That one's probably the funniest, not the funniest, but the best section. I forget if I mentioned this in my Ocarina of Time glitch file Let's Play, but I've heard that statue right there that we just passed, I've heard that people mention that as like a reference to Skyward Sword kind of thing, if you will, like a backwards reference, if you will, where they just built off of that, if you will, in the sense if that makes sense, but that's obviously, it's one of those weird things where it's like, obviously Skyward Sword wasn't made by the time this game came out, but it's certainly something to think about. Because they do look similar, a little similar in stature at least. Well, that's maybe neither here nor there. Alright, and here we are at the Zelda place. That's the Zelda place. And yeah, this is as much as Hyrule Castle you actually get to explore, which is really weird when you think about it. Yeah, bomb, by the way. I'm not gonna take damage from that, but I've never actually taken damage from it. I always walk away from it, but it's so weird that they throw a bomb into the courtyard. But that the Mario reference gives you 20 rupees. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's weird how this is as much of the Hyrule Castle as you get to explore in this game. And this is it. As soon as you talk to Zelda and you talk to Impa, that's it. Alright, well, that's it for this part then. So, we're just about half an hour now in recording, and that's not even including, that's including any cutouts I'm going to have to make for the video, so, maybe it'll be a little shorter when I actually release the video. So, alright, well, that's it from me today, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a really minky day.